New tonight, a deadly shooting in Sanford. Police have the gun. They've got the shooter, but they have not arrested him. And as Fox 35's Keith Landry tells us, the dead man's grieving family wants to know why not.
Sanford police still trying to figure out exactly what happened in this spot here last night. We talked to a man who didn't want to be shown on camera, who witnessed part of the attack right here, then went upstairs to his window and witnessed the rest of it after he called 911. What are you thinking now about all this? This afternoon, I talked to John through his front door about what he saw last night during a fight that turned into a deadly shooting.
The guy on the bottom, who I believe had a red sweater on, was yelling to me, "Help, help." I told him to stop, and I was calling 911.
John locked his patio door, ran upstairs, and heard at least one gunshot.
And then when I got upstairs and looked down, the person that was on top beating up the other guy was the one laying in the grass, and I believe he was dead at that point.
Was that a friend of yours?
That was my son.
It was your son? This afternoon, we met Tracy Martin at the crime scene. He says his 17-year-old son, Trayvon Martin, was shot to death.
He walked out the house to go to the store. He was going to the store.
Martin says his son was visiting from Miami.
He don't know anybody here. He just came down here. He was bored. So he walked to the store. He was on his way back home. I'm living down here. He was sitting out on the porch, and this man killed him. Are you serious?
Police tell us the shooter surrendered right away last night. They've questioned him, but have not arrested him, and they are not releasing his name yet. Investigators still talking to the man who had the gun and eyewitnesses to figure out exactly what happened. In Sanford, Keith Landry, Fox 35 News.
Family and community leaders are putting more and more pressure on the Sanford Police Department to release information and 911 calls in the shooting death of teenager Trayvon Martin. For the first time, we're hearing new police accounts of this investigation.
We have live team coverage. Gail Pascal-Brown with an emotional news conference from Martin's parents. But first to West 2's Amanda Ober with breaking information in the newsroom. Amanda, investigators just talked to the Orlando Sentinel.
Critics have been crying out for details of the Sanford police investigation into Martin's shooting. West 2 News made repeated requests to Sanford police for an interview, but today a group of detectives on the case spoke only to the Orlando Sentinel, sharing many details. Now, we just confirmed with the Sanford police chief that the Sentinel account is accurate. Among the key points, the detectives claim it was actually prosecutors who advised them they did not have enough evidence to win a manslaughter conviction. As for details of the case, the investigators say Zimmerman, the man who shot Martin, told them that initially he did get out of his car to follow Trayvon on foot, but he claims the 17-year-old came at him. The two got into a fight, and when they were on the ground, Zimmerman says Martin hit him in the face and that he, Zimmerman, began yelling for help. Police say Zimmerman's account, corroborated by witnesses, indicates Martin was the aggressor. Also, there have been differing accounts as to whom witnesses heard crying for help that night. But the lead detective says he played a recording of that voice for Trayvon's father, and the Miami man said the voice was not his son's. Sanford police say they welcome the involvement of federal law enforcement and that they've already been in touch with the Department of Justice on their own, setting up a meeting for this Tuesday. Live in the newsroom, Amanda Ober, West 2 News.